After a 7-game schedule kicked off the 2023 college football season, the first weekend of September is filled with matchups. Beginning tonight, the slate includes 5 straight days of action in 87 games around the country. Sure, the schedule isn't loaded with marquee games. Week 1 is a perfect reminder of the sport's lifeblood. Group of 5 and lower division programs need these outings to financially support their future. But there will be plenty of drama. The massive Sunday night showdown between top 10 teams LSU and Florida State. Headlines Week 1. Well there, and hello friends, and welcome to another season of TXN Sports World College Football Thursday. I am your host, Anthony Florio, joined, as always, by good old MF Michael Fletcher. I'm not sure if we're going to have Michael Bolick with us this evening. We are hopeful of having him back with us tomorrow night for the first of a 2-part cerebral smack talk, if you will. We'll have more on that at the end. But another college football season here and now. And we actually have a game in progress right now. It is number 14 Utah at home against the Florida Gators. And late in the fourth quarter, 24-11. It's 24-11 in favor of Utah with about a minute and a half or so to go in the fourth quarter. That game is currently on ESPN right now. Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, and Holly Rowe on the call for that one at Rice Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. Barring something really, really out of the ordinary, it looks like Utah is going to go on to win that matchup. So not as exciting as last year's matchup between those two in Florida, but a most impressive performance by Utah from what I have seen in this game so far. So with all that being said, let's dive right on into the remaining matchups. We got a ton of them, so let's not waste any more time here. Let's dive right on in. This is the first of 5 games that will be in the 12 noon window on Saturday, and we started off with good old MF Michael Fletcher's team, the number 2 team in all the land, the Michigan Wolverines. They will be at home at Michigan Stadium, the Big House, hosting the Pirates of East Carolina. And this game will be streaming exclusively on Peacock. And on the call for that one, it will be Mike Tirico alongside of Chris Sims and Lewis Johnson. And Michigan opening up as a 36.5-point favorite. Just give me one moment here. Okay. Defensive coordinator Jesse Minter will serve as the interim boss in the opener, while both head coach Jim Harbaugh and offensive coordinator Sharon Moore serve a suspension. Michigan is not in real danger of losing to a revamped East Carolina team, but it's a fascinating outlook. Easy win for Michigan, 41-10, Michigan all over East Carolina. So there isn't much more to say. MF, your boys, your Michigan Wolverines, opening up another season in the Big House. East Carolina coming in. Game exclusively on Peacock. But most importantly, welcome to another season of College Football Thursday, my friend.
Well, thank you very much, Anthony. Hello, everybody. Honor and privilege to be here. And look, for Michigan, you're just playing status quo. Don't try to fall for the upset. Don't get caught in one of those moments that's going to be embarrassing for your program, a la Appalachian State. So as long as you just handle your business, do what you got to do. Blake Corum is coming back. He actually is healthy and will play. J.J. McCartney, the starting quarterback, has another year under his belt. And, we got to see the new stars of Michigan. Obviously, last year they always had a vaulted defense. Do they have a vaulted defense again this year? We'll wait and see how that plays out. This is actually one of those type of games where you just want to get your feet wet. Hope and pray your guys don't get hurt. As a matter of fact, you hope that they blow the game out early so that you can rest your starters, get the second, third, fourth string out there, just so that they can get some playing time in the Big House, getting their first opportunities to play in Michigan Stadium more than anything else. So, yeah, I agree. I think Michigan's going to win this one going away. Nothing more to say. Anthony, it's yours.
All right. And we move on to the next high noon matchup. And it features one of the darlings of college football last season, the number 12 Tennessee Volunteers, also opening at home at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, hosting the Cavaliers of Virginia. And this game will be over on ABC. And on the call for that one, it will be Joe Tessitore, Jesse Palmer, and Katie George. I don't have a spread on this one, unless MF can get one, but I don't have one.
I got 20. I got 27.5 for Tennessee.
All right, very good. 27.5 for Tennessee. So not much more to say here. So MF, Tennessee, looking to prove last year was not a fluke as they open at home against Virginia.
Yeah, and I do believe that they should be able to handle their business. Like we said, last year was without a doubt one of the greatest seasons that Tennessee ever had. There was even a conversation about them making a run at the SEC title. They had just gotten off the biggest win of their career or their school's history, finally slaying the dragon known as Alabama at Neyland Stadium. For the first time in 15 years, they finally figure out Nick Saban, and Alabama finally put them away. It was a corkscrew kick at the end, but it caused one of the biggest stampedes and biggest celebrations in college football history. I mean, that celebration was pretty epic. I think Anthony and myself kind of had a good kick out of it. And, of course, the man who's Port Authority on all celebrations, SVP Scott Van Pelt. I know he was, and me. Yes, we are the Port Authorities on stampedes and celebrations. So we allowed it. We enjoyed it. We loved it. Yes, it did cost them $500,000 because of the stampede, but I don't think they cared. Tennessee, I think it's going to have a really good season. They should have a good, not much of a problem. I think Virginia will give them a little bit of a headache early in the game, but I think Tennessee should get the job done and slam the door and win this one going away. So give me the Tennessee Volunteers to win it. Anthony, it's yours.
All right. Let me just find it in my notes here. Okay. Tennessee is one of the 2023 season's biggest wild cards. Can this offense stay sizzling hot under new quarterback Joe Milton? Will a veteran defense ascend from good to great? Those questions will be answered soon enough. But Tennessee should get a straightforward win here. So I got Tennessee winning another route here. I'm going to say 45-17, Tennessee over Virginia. And it has gone final. Utah has defeated Florida 24-11. It is the final score. It is now officially a final. So Utah, our first final of this college football season. So congrats to Utah on that. So like I said, Tennessee over Virginia 45-17. All right. Next up, we have the national runners up from last season. Maybe the darling of college football last season. They opened this season coming in at number 17. And this is one of the games of the week. It's not the game of the week, but it's one of the games of the week. One of the few bright highlight games of this week. The number 17 TCU Horned Frogs opening up at Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth. And they're going to be squaring off against the Colorado Buffaloes and their new head coach, Deion Sanders. And this is the season premiere of Big Noon Saturday on Fox. And you know who that is. They're back once again. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, the All-American girl, Jenny Taft. Once again, I do not have a spread here. MF, if you would be so kind to get that for us.
I got TCU 20.5 with the over-under at 63.5.
I have the over-under. It just doesn't give the spread for some odd reason. But,
well, I got 20.5 for that spread.
All right, very good. Appreciate you getting that for us. There will be other instances. There will be a few other instances during this where I'll need those odds from UMF.
Oh, just let me know when you need them. I got it. I got my own sheet up here right now, so you're good to go.
Nice. Excellent. All right, very good. Much appreciated on that. So, all right. So, this is TCU. Okay. One moment. Okay. Both the debut of Deion Sanders-led Colorado and the return of last year's national runner-up will happen in Saturday's early window. For now, the upside of TCU's defense and talent level on offense is more believable than a Colorado program that stunk in 2022 and is practically brand new. Still, considering the overhaul, this is clearly all guesswork. I think this Colorado team will give TCU some fits, but I think ultimately TCU will pull away and get a late score to finally put away a scrappy Colorado team led by Primetime. So TCU gets pulls away. I'll say 37-24. TCU gets by Colorado. But MF, the big question is for TCU, can they recover after they literally got Brock Lesnar? You know, obviously we compared that national championship game to the Lesnar-Cena beatdown of SummerSlam 2014 after what Made in Georgia did to them in the championship game back in January. This Colorado team, you got to believe they're going to give TCU a lot of fits, especially with prime time leading the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if you know how Deion Sanders does, if you know his great work that he did for Jackson State, especially last year or the last couple of years, you know he's gonna want everything for his team to represent, to play, to show a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of everything, and he's gonna install a culture that's gonna be different. This is gonna be a different Colorado team, and I think Colorado will do really well in the Pac-12. But as far as them with this non-conference, you threw yourself a major fight to start off the season with the national runner-up, with the TCU Horned Frogs. Yeah, that is a bad matchup. First game out, and you're going up against one of the big surprises of last year's college football playoff. You're really asking for trouble here, and I think you're gonna get it. TCU should win this one, and I think they will win this one. So, Anthony, it's yours.
All right, MF, and we move on to the next high noon matchup. Just trying to get it in order here. All right. As it will be the number 20 Oklahoma Sooners. Didi and Kevin Whitson, this one's for you, my friends.
Oh, yeah.
The number 20 Oklahoma Sooners, as they open up at their home, Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma. And they will be squaring off against that would be the Red Wolves of Arkansas State. And this game will be over on ESPN. And on the call for this one will be Roy Philpott, Roddy Jones, and Taylor McGregor. And Oklahoma opening up as a 35.5-point favorite. MF, I think it's needless to say, Didi and Kevin Woodson have nothing to worry about in this one.
Yeah, no, they got nothing to worry about. I think Oklahoma is going to come out really well. They're going to establish really early in the game. It's not going to be one of those where we're going to be like, no, they're going to be fine. They just got to start out really hot, stay consistent. Obviously, this is going to be one of those games like I was talking about with Michigan earlier on. One of those games that, you know, you're gonna see the starters for a little bit, probably for a half, because I think Oklahoma's gonna establish a blowout element. So this is where you'll get to see the second, third, fourth strings. They'll probably be coming in because the game's gonna literally be out of hand at that point. So I do believe Oklahoma will get the job done. They're gonna dominate early, often, and this will be an easy victory. So no panic, no worries, Didi and Kev. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. Have a pleasant Saturday afternoon, and with Oklahoma winning the game pretty comfortably. So it's yours.
Oklahoma coach Brent Venables talked a pretty big game throughout the offseason, which felt decently bold for someone who oversaw a 7-loss year in 2022. But hey, if the Sooners win a bunch in 2023, no worries. The redemption tour begins with a blowout at home. 48-17, Oklahoma all over Arkansas State, Boomer Sooner, or Didi and Kevin Woodson alongside of good old JR Jim Ross. So nothing to worry about in that one. So we move on now to our final high noon game on Saturday, and it features the number 25 Iowa Hawkeyes at home, opening up in their house of Kinnick Stadium in Des Moines, Iowa, hosting the Aggies of Utah State. And this game can be seen over on FS1. And on that call will be Jeff Levering and Mark Helfrich. And Iowa opening up as a 23.5-point favorite. So Iowa is hoping Michigan transferred Cade McNamara can spark what's been a lifeless offense lately. That's no guarantee, of course, but an opener against Utah State, which allowed 31.2 points a game in 2022, at least provides an ideal chance for Iowa to start hot. 34-7, I got Iowa all over Utah State. So there isn't much more to say except MF, your old friend Cade McNamara, now the man at Iowa, opening up against Utah State. So your thoughts on that? All right. Awaiting. I don't know if MF might have stepped away for a moment, but yes.
No,
okay,
sorry, forgot to unmute the mic.
Okay. Your old buddy, Cade McNamara, now the man at Iowa. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I was going to say that I wish him nothing but the best. I wish him the best of luck in Iowa. It's just unfortunate that it didn't work out for him after JJ McCartney just kind of exploded and took the position from Cade. And, it was a little unfortunate, but, he did transfer out. I wish him nothing but the best. He did go through the transfer portal, went to Iowa. I kind of wish he went somewhere else, not in the very same Big Ten school, because chances are we're probably gonna run into him later in the year, and I feel sorry for him because you know how that goes. Once you go into an enemy camp, we'll be friends up to the game, but once that game starts, we're no longer friends. So I like I said, I wish him nothing but the best, and I think he'll do great. And I do believe Iowa's going to get the win here. So yeah, I'm with you. Iowa wins, and Anthony, next game.
All right, and well, not often we get this is a rare start time here on a when it comes to the Saturday slate, a 2:00 kickoff here. Yeah, 2:00 kickoff on this one. As it features the number 22 Ole Miss Rebels. This has been the theme so far, opening up at home. And don't worry, there'll be some road openers, don't worry. But we got yet another home opener here. The number 22 Ole Miss Rebels at home at Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi, and they're going to be hosting the Bears of Mercer. And this game can be seen over on the SEC Network at 2 p.m. And on the call for that one will be Justin Kutcher and Dave Steckel. And MF, do you have a spread on this one?
I actually do not have a spread on this one. So, nope, I cannot help you with this one.
You have to imagine that's going to be a
it's
got to be a very sizable.
Yeah, it's probably sizable enough
here,
that. So. Yeah, it's probably sizable, and on top of that, it's probably not even it's one of those games where even the odds makers are like, yeah, this is not even worth putting on the board. So I think that's why there because there's a few games like that. Even I have where I see about one, two, three, four. There's at least five of those games that has no lines. So I'm pretty sure even Vegas is like, yeah, we're not gonna even want to touch this game. So that's why.
All right. So MF, it's obviously an agreement. Ole Miss is going to beat lower division Mercer.
Yeah.
The storyline to know, however, there is a storyline to know, however, and that is Lane Kiffin has not named a starting quarterback. Will it be Jackson Dart or Oklahoma State transfer Spencer Sanders? And no matter who begins the game, does the other quarterback play early too? Easy win for Ole Miss, 48-6. That's the beatdown I got there. So
Something tells me it's
move
going to go
on.
higher. Something tells me I think they're going to put a 50 or a 60 on the board. I'm
Okay.
not I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm pretty comfortable to say I think it could be a 6. I think we could see a 6-0 on the board. Maybe like high 60s. I would say like 67-7, something like that. More than anything else.
Okay. Fair enough. We move on. Another rare kickoff time, a 3 o'clock kickoff, and this game will be over on the Pac-12 network, and it will feature another shout out because this is another one of our dear friends, Eric Carrier, his team, the number 15 Oregon Ducks, opening up yet again at home, another home opener here. They'll be opening up at Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon, as they will be hosting the Vikings of Portland State. And on the call for this game will be Roxy Bernstein and Lincoln Kennedy. MF, do we have a spread on this one?
I do not have a spread on this
Not
one.
really.
Nope.
No spread?
No spread.
Yep.
And
Obviously, another sizable spread here. But then again, MF, Eric Carrier, he's got nothing to worry about either.
yeah, no. I mean, again, this is early in the year. You just want to feel your team out. You kind of could treat this game like a preseason because that's what it really is. It is a preseason matchup for them. They just want to get their guys going, get situated, know what their team's going to look like, know what receivers they're going to need, what running backs they're going to need, quarterback, defense. This is kind of, even though yes, this is regular season and there are no preseason games in college, I feel like this non-conference schedule is kind of a preseason. You know, I know. A lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, Mike, you shouldn't say that." Well, I'm going to say it. This game feels like a preseason game. This is an easy win for Oregon. I'm sorry, I don't see Portland State making much noise in this matchup. Anthony, it's yours.
Oh, most definitely. Just got to find it on my. Okay. Last season, Washington. Keyword last season, Washington steamrolled Portland State 52-6. I would anticipate more of the same as Oregon returns star quarterback Bo Nix, the 1,800-yard backfield tandem of Bucky Irving and Noah Whittington, and top receiver Troy Franklin, with a cast of transfer wideouts. I agree. Easy win for Oregon. 56-10 beatdown of Portland State. So, all right, MF, 3:30 time. Here we go. We got another 5 of these. And what do we have here? A road opener, finally. Okay. As we started off the 3:30 slate of games with the number 3 team in all the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes, opening up on the road against the Indiana Hoosiers at Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana. Yep, Memorial Stadium, Bloomington, Indiana. And how about this? This game is going to be on CBS. How about that, huh? On CBS, and it's the same tandem that that also does the SEC on CBS. They're back yet again. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell. MF, do we have a spread on this one?
30-point spread for the Ohio State University.
No big surprise. So with that, let's dive into this one. Ohio State has officially named Kyle McCord as its starter, but the quarterback competition might not actually be over. Devin Brown will probably get some chances to lead the Buckeyes in a comfortable win. I got Ohio State rolling over Indiana, 41-17. So not much more to say here. MF, Ohio State and Indiana, a Big Ten game on CBS with the SEC crew of Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, and Jenny Dell.
Well, as many of you guys know, and Anthony, I don't know if you know this or not, the SEC is no longer on CBS. The SEC has now moved to ESPN. So ESPN and ABC is now the new home for the SEC. But the Big Ten has two new companies that's going to be working with them for college football. Of course, NBC has exclusive rights to the night games. However, CBS now has exclusive rights. So now it's now known as the Big Ten on CBS. Starting
actually the SEC on CBS is still there. I don't. It doesn't say. It says SEC on CBS.
I don't know because I thought ESPN bought them out. I thought ESPN bought them out. So that's why I'm whole because I heard ESPN's got the rights to them. Are you sure
it actually
about
starts
that?
next year. So, the ESPN SEC deal starts next year. This actually will be the last year of the SEC on CBS.
So.
Yep.
Because I know the Big Ten now has exclusive rights to CBS as well.
Right, and that goes into effect next year.
All right, so.
But Ohio State and Indiana nonetheless. Did you give your thought on Ohio State and Indiana, MF? I'm not really hearing anything on your end there, MF. I don't know if you're cutting in and out or anything, but and I see your thing on here. Okay. All right, I do apologize for this dead air spot here. All right, yeah, MF obviously has to step away for a moment, but yeah, according to my notes here, I see here that the SEC deal this will be the last year of the SEC on CBS, and the ESPN deal goes into effect next season in 2024. So this will be the last year of the SEC on CBS. So, but nonetheless, it's a Big Ten game with Ohio State, the number 3 team in the land, opening up on the road against Indiana. And I got Ohio State winning this game, like I said, rather comfortably. Probably a 41-17 beatdown. That's just how I feel about it. All right, MF is back in. Hopefully we can hear him now. MF?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, man. My connection just dropped on me, like, for no apparent reason. All right. I was going to say, I had Ohio State winning the game. It literally shut everything off. I even lost my notes going into the game. So yeah, there we go. Now I got it. So, yeah, I got Ohio State winning, and Anthony, let's just move on.
All right, MF. Let me just look at my 3:30 slate here. Make sure we go in the correct order here. Okay. Next up, we have the number 10 team in all the land, the Washington Huskies, Washington Huskies at home at Alaska Airlines Field at Husky Stadium, and they're going to be hosting an old favorite of ours, MF, the Boise State Broncos. Mm-hmm. And this matchup can be seen over on ABC, and on the call for that one will be Bob Wischusen, Robert Griffin III, and Chris Budden. So not much more to say here. MF, another one of the we don't have that many intriguing matchups this time around, but this is one of the few right here. Washington coming in at number 10, and of course we all remember once upon a time Boise State, the original darling of college football. Interesting matchup here.
Absolutely interesting matchup. Washington getting very high praise from not only the coaches poll but the AP poll as they get a top 10 position to start their season. I think a lot of people believe that they're going to get that their season is supposed to be really really good, probably very exciting to say the very least. And now we just wait to see how it plays out. But yeah, this could be a good matchup here for them. Boise State, like we said, the darling of college football for a number of years. They always were that thorn that could pull an upset if they wanted to. But now I do believe it will be Washington winning, and they'll win this opening with no problem. So, Anthony, it's yours.
I forgot to ask, is there a spread on that game, MF?
Yes, there is. It's Washington by 14.
14. Okay. So let me get in there now. In the second Saturday window, good matchup here. I mean, the well-hyped Washington offense has a date with Boise State, the preseason Mountain West favorite. But I'm going with Michael Penix Jr. in that UW scoring attack. But keep an eye on the margin because Boise State absolutely may be the Group of Five's best team. 37-24, I have Washington winning this game. So right around that spread. All right.
You could even make an argument that we could see Boise as that non-power 5 that could possibly represent and be a part of that New Year's 6 when it's all said and done. You could definitely see it. You could definitely say that.
Positively. So let's move on to our next matchup in MF. Here comes another one of your favorites. Coming in at number 11, the Texas Longhorns. And they will be opening up at their home, yet another home opener. That's going to be the theme of this.
Oh, yeah.
Almost every team on this. I was going to say almost every team on every docket here, the ranked team is opening up at home. So
there's only one team that I see in our remaining schedule that's going to be on the road, but everybody else is at home. There's only one team. We'll get there. We'll get there, folks. But it's actually a good matchup.
I actually do see a few here. So
not to my recollection, Florio. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see any more. I only see one more from
well, let's not forget we also have Sunday and Monday games on here too.
True.
And I do see some road openers, so
I'll allude on that. Saturday slate, there's one more, and then Sunday and Monday. That's a different story.
Indeed, it is. So, yet another home opener, and that is the number 11 Texas Longhorns, MF, another one of your favorites, hosting the Owls of Rice, and that will be at Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium in Austin, Texas. Game on Fox, and on that call, it will be Jason Benetti, Brock Heward, and Allison Williams. MF, do you have the spread on that one?
Texas, yes. 35-point favorite with the over-under at 58.5.
Okay. So, all right, just bear with me for a moment here. I just want to check something here. Let's see. Did you start the last one or did I start it?
I started the last one.
You did. Okay, so it's me. Okay. All right. Just wanted to be sure. Okay, here we go. Texas has a much needed tune up opportunity against Rice, which surrendered 66 points to USC in last season's opener. Dispatch the visitors, then Texas can start preparing for its showdown with Alabama. Ooh. Oh, we're going to have fun with that next week. Believe that. You thought we had fun last year. Oh, we're going to have some fun with it even more this year. So, easy win for Texas. 49-7. Texas all over Rice. So, MF, like I just said, for Texas, dispatch the visitors and then get ready for another shot at Bama next week.
I know, and last year they almost got them. We all remember that game last year. They almost got Alabama, and this time around, yeah, we're gonna wait and see how this plays out. But um, it's gonna be an interesting matchup, no doubt about it. Um, it's going to be a great game. So I think Texas will win this one easily going away. And like you said, they're going to be focusing on that next game next season or next week against Bama. So we'll see.
All right. And with that, we move on to our next 3:30 game. And it's my team. Here we go. The number 13 Notre Dame Fighting Irish, theme of the show, opening up at home at Notre Dame Stadium, South Bend, Indiana. And they're going to be hosting the Tigers of Tennessee State. Game on NBC. Unfortunately, Jack Collinsworth, I guess he's still under the weather. So Paul Burmeister is going to be sitting in his seat alongside of Jason Garrett and Zora Stevenson. MF, do we have a spread on this one?
No spread for Notre Dame that I saw. No, there's no spread. Okay.
I had a feeling. So, but then again, it's going to be, it would have been rather, it was going to be a laughable spread anyway. So, but MF, I mean, Notre Dame looking to pick up right where they left off after that 5-star performance against Navy in Dublin.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. They dominated. They played great. There was really no concern. If you're a Fighting Irish fan, you kind of enjoyed that performance very much so. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's gonna be an interesting matchup to say the very least. But if you're Notre Dame, you're just like, let's just pick up right where we left off from Dublin. Let's just not have any major hiccups here. Let's just play our game, do what we need to do, and get the job done. So that's all you really need to do, and that's it. So dominate it, play good, play focused, and that's all you need. So yeah, I do believe it's gonna be. I do believe that Notre Dame should win this one and win this one pretty handily. So nothing more to say. I think it's yours.
MF Sam Hartman put together an outstanding debut, throwing 4 touchdowns in the victory over Navy. It's fair to expect a similar afternoon against lower division Tennessee State. Notre Dame runs away with it. 52-7 beat down Notre Dame all day. So, and we move on now to our final 3:30 game of the week. The number 19 Wisconsin Badgers, theme of the show, opening at home at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, Wisconsin, and they're going to be hosting the Bulls of Buffalo. And this game will be over on FS1. Eric Collins and Devin Gardner on the call. MF, do we have a spread here?
Wisconsin by 28.
28-point spread for Wisconsin. All right, very good. So let's get into this one quick. Among the many intriguing topics in week 1, Wisconsin is set to unveil an air raid offense. Buffalo is an ideal opening opponent because it returns a couple of solid starters in the secondary, but is inexperienced enough to surrender some big play opportunities. Easy win for Wisconsin, 41-10. MF, Wisconsin unveiling an air raid offense. What do you think about that?
Yeah, for a number of years, Wisconsin was always ground and pound. They always used to love to run the football. That was one of the things that they always focused on. But now it's all about dominating, doing what they need to do, and getting the job done. So, yeah, air raid is going to be their thing. I do believe they'll get the win here. So, give me Wisconsin. Anthony, it's on to the next game, which I believe is a 6 o'clock with a certain national champion.
You are correct, sir. A rare 6 o'clock kickoff, and this game will be over on the SEC network, and it features, yes, your back-to-back, your back-to-back reigning, defending, undisputed college football playoff national champions, the Maiden Georgia Bulldogs, number one team in all the land, hosting the Skyhawks of Tennessee Martin. This will be over on the SEC network. We have Clay Madvik, Aaron Murray, and Ashley Shahamadi will be on the call for that one. MF, based on what I see here, I'm guessing no spread on this one either.
Yep, Georgia has a no spreader.
It's obviously going to be the most laughable of them all. So, All right. So, MF, nothing more to say except the national champs looking to do, in the immortal words of you and Gorilla Monsoon, three-peat.
Yeah, they're looking for the three-peat. They start out pretty good. Obviously, you want to establish a new starting quarterback because remember, the guy that they had was Stetson Bennett. He went off to the NFL. Now you're looking for something special. You're looking for the next guy up. Who's going to be that next guy to fill his shoes, which is not easy to fill because of what Stetson Bennett did, especially the final 2 years of his college football career, bringing Georgia the national championship. So now we got to see what they do, and, well, we'll see. So, Anthony, it's yours.
Forgot to mention this game at Sanford Stadium, those infamous hedges down there. So yep. I think it's needless to say Tennessee Martin's going to get lost in those and then some. I mean, what else is there that needs to be said? I mean, during an expected route, one storyline to watch is Georgia's backfield. Injuries have hammered the unit, which lost Branson Robinson for the season and is hoping Kendall Milton and Dajuan Edwards soon leave the injury report. Will freshman Roderick Robinson II and Andrew Paul get a majority of the carries in the opener? But one thing we do know, Georgia's going to have an easy time with Tennessee Martin. 42-3, Georgia all over UT Martin. Another rare kickoff time, 6:30 kickoff. And this game will be over on the Pac-12 network, and it features the number 6 USC Trojans for the second week in a row. They actually played last week in week 0. Blew the doors off of San Jose State, as we all expected them to. And they've got another cupcake, as they will be once again at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum hosting the Wolfpack of Nevada on the Pac-12 network. Ted Robinson and Yogi Roth on the call. USC opening up as a 38.5-point favorite.
Yep, confirmed.
So nothing more to say on this. Caleb Williams kicked off his Heisman Trophy defense with a 4-touchdown outing against San Jose State. He'll keep padding those numbers in a pleasant win over Nevada. 52-17, USC all over Nevada. MF, another easy one for SC in the Coliseum against Nevada.
You kind of have a feeling like that is very true, and yeah, I don't see any major threat here. So yeah, I'm with you on this one, Anthony. I totally agree. I think USC will have no problems here. So let's just move on to the start of the primetime slate, as we could say.
Indeed. And we have 2 7 o'clock games here, and we're going to start it off with the number 16 Kansas State Wildcats theme of the show, opening up at home, Bill Snyder Family Stadium in Manhattan, Kansas. And they will be welcoming the Red Hawks of Southeast Missouri State. This game can be seen over on ESPN Plus. And I'm trying to find okay, here we go. And on the call for this game will be Mark Neely, Chad Brown, and Tori Petrie. And MF, do we have a spread on this one or no?
I don't have a spread on this one.
All right, I didn't think so. All right. But nonetheless, Kansas State opening up at home against Southeast Missouri State. So, MF, your thoughts as Kansas State opens up the defense of their Big 12 championship from last year?
Yeah, I believe they'll get the job done. I think they should win this one. I don't think there's going to be much of a shocker here. So yeah, I believe so too. I think Kansas State should win this one, and I do believe they'll win this one going away. So nothing more to say. Anthony, it's yours.
Okay. Kansas State must be prepared for a dangerous offense, one that returns quarterback Paxton DeLaurent, All-American back Geno Hess, and top receiver Ryan Flournoy. As much as Southeast Missouri State is a strong FCS team, though, let's not forget that Kansas State is the defending Big 12 champion. Kansas State wins easily 38-17, Kansas State over Southeast Missouri State. The other 7 o'clock game features the number 23 Texas A&M Aggies at home, Kyle Field, College Station, hosting the Lobos of New Mexico. And this game will be over on ESPN. And on that call will be Mark Jones, Lewis Riddick, and Quint Kessenich. Texas A&M opening up as a 38.5-point favorite. So just let me find it in my notes here. Okay. Do the Aggies deserve a preseason ranking after a 5-7 year? While it's a legitimate topic, that conversation will be more relevant when Texas A&M travels to Miami next week. Given that New Mexico mustered just 13.1 points a game in 2022, A&M should win rather easily. A&M wins going away 45-10, Texas A&M over New Mexico. But MF, I got to ask the question here that I just asked here. Do the Aggies really deserve a preseason ranking after a 5-7 year last year?
Well, the thing is that you never, ever know. I know the obvious answer would probably say no, but the thing is that what's the expectations for this upcoming year? I think we have to wait and see how it plays out, and we got to see what it's gonna look like. And um, I think at the end of the day, we just have to wait and see how this plays out. Like you said, Texas A&M's big test is going to be about a week from now when they're going up against Miami. That's when we'll find out if they're for real or not. But right now, I'll probably say I would say A&M for this week probably will deserve it when they win. But beyond that, I guess we'll find out. Let's go on to the prime time, 7:30s.
We got 3 of them. And we started off with the number 4 team in all the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide, opening up their season, of course, at home, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Tuscaloosa, on the SEC network, hosting the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee. And on the call for that one, it will be, let's find it in my, okay, it'll be Tom Hart, Jordan Rogers, and Cole Kubelik. Alabama opening up as a 39.5-point favorite. So, MF, it's not next victim, it's first victim.
First victim, Middle Tennessee, no doubt about it. I do believe that they'll get the job done. I know there's a lot of people that are very high on Alabama. A lot of people think that Alabama is poised for yet another championship run. A lot of people believe that Alabama will rewrite the wrong from a year ago, and because a lot of people feel that just the mere fact that Alabama got left out of the college football playoff, a lot of fans were very upset about that outcome, and we'll just have to wait and see. But at the end of the day, I do believe that, we'll wait and see how it plays out. But I think Bama will definitely try to make some noise here. Can they? I think that's going to be the real question more than anything else. But at the end of the day, I do believe it will be business as usual for Alabama. I do believe they'll get the job done, and there's really nothing more to add. So, Anthony, it's yours.
All right. Moment. Okay. Similar to SEC West counterpart Ole Miss, the appeal of this potential blowout is Alabama's quarterback conundrum. We'll probably see at least two of Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson, and former Notre Dame quarterback Tyler Buckner. Do we get all three? Only time will tell. Easy win for Bama. First victim, you know it. 48-10. Bama all over Middle Tennessee. And now we're going to start a brand new era on NBC Sports. Big Ten Saturday night on NBC. And we started off with the number 7 team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions, opening up at home against the West Virginia Mountaineers. Another interesting matchup. Beaver Stadium, Happy Valley, and this game on NBC. And of course, you know who's working it. The new crew of the Big Ten Saturday night on NBC. Noah Eagle, Todd Blackledge, and Catherine Tappan, and Penn State opening up as a 20.5-point favorite. Here we go. Nothing can cool West Virginia coach Neil Brown's warming hot seat faster than a stunning win at Penn State. Unfortunately, for the 5th year West Virginia coach, the Nittany Lions are equally balanced as they are talented, provided that 2022 5-star Drew Allar performs as his billing suggests. I got Penn State winning this one rather comfortably. Penn State wins 34-13 over West Virginia. So, MF, we start another new era here. The Big Ten Saturday night on NBC with number 7 Penn State welcoming West Virginia to Happy Valley.
Yeah, and I do believe that Penn State will get the job done. I think they're poised for a really good season. When you're ranked number 7 in the top 10, that really means that not only does a lot of people have a lot of high expectations for you, but they do believe that you'll be right in the thick of it towards the end. As you got to deal with Ohio State, you got to deal with Michigan. You're in the same division. So we're going to have to wait and see how this plays out. But right out of the gate, you're getting a nice little test to jump it off. So with West Virginia, like you said, the head coach is in the major hot seat. Pat McAfee, a former West Virginia alum, is already going out on a limb and already saying that they're going to win this game over Penn State. I don't think so, Pat. I think that's wishful thinking, but I do believe that they'll get it'll be an interesting game, but I don't think they're gonna get the job done. So give me Penn State to win, and Anthony, it's yours.
All right, MF, and we move on to another one of the intriguing games of the week, the final of the 3 7:30 games. How about a battle of the Carolinas, huh?
Oh, yeah.
The number 21 North Carolina Tar Heels squaring off against the South Carolina Gamecocks. And if I'm hearing this correctly, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte?
Yes. Special matchup.
Okay.
But South Carolina is designated home team for this game.
So that means a rare road opener here. So
yeah.
Because, that's been the theme of the show so far tonight. Several teams opening up at home. But
Bank of America
we do have
Stadium,
some roadies
Charlotte,
coming up.
Yeah, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. However, South Carolina is actually designated as the home squad for this matchup.
Okay. And on the call, and this game can be seen at 7:30 over on ABC. Sean McDonough, Greg McElroy, and Molly McGrath. Of course, Greg McElroy taking over for Todd Blackledge, who used to work with Sean McDonough, because Todd Blackledge is working with Noah Eagle and Catherine Tappan as part of the Big Ten Saturday night on NBC now.
He's gone to ABC. Yep, NBC, I should say.
So Greg McElroy will be working with Sean McDonough now. And, of course, the lovely Molly McGrath. So
yes.
Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. North Carolina opening up as only a 2.5-point favorite.
Yes.
So I don't think there's anything left to say, MF, except the Battle of the Carolinas. You you could certainly make game of the week arguments here, but there is that one game that's much bigger. But this is right up there.
This is an early test for North Carolina. Obviously, a lot of people believe that the ACC, is not as good as or not as deep as they were in recent years. Which is granted, you can make an argument. Yeah, you can say yes, they're not that deep. It's not as strong as it used to be. South Carolina from the SEC. This is why I think a lot of people think that this game is a lot more closer because of the lineage of South Carolina being on the SEC side. Even though they're not one of the stronger teams in the SEC, you gotta respect them. And I think that's why you see the line is so close that many people even believe that South Carolina is gonna upset them. There's a good amount of people that believe that South Carolina is going to win this game. Now, I don't think so. I think North Carolina will do just enough to get by. But would I be stunned if South Carolina wins this? Absolutely not. So give me North Carolina, but I'm not as fully convinced like some of the others. I could definitely see this going the other way, Anthony.
And I don't blame you, MF, because and I'll get into that in just a moment. This primetime clash is a valuable game for both programs. North Carolina is a fringe New Year's Six bowl contender, while South Carolina is aiming to build on its torrid November that included upsets of Tennessee and Clemson. But I will lean on North Carolina's returning experience led by star quarterback Drake May. But South Carolina will be a thorn. I do agree with you, MF. I got Carolina eking this one out. North Carolina, that is, eking this one out. 27-24 in one of the games. I probably would say this is probably the number 2 game of the week if you really think about it. So 27-24, North Carolina wins. One last Saturday game, 8 o'clock, over on ESPN University. Another one of the darlings of last season. The number 24 Tulane Green Wave opening up at home at Yeoman Stadium, and they will be hosting South Alabama. That is the South Alabama. This is my thing that loads up back up here. The Jaguars of South Alabama. ESPN University is where you can find this game. And on the call for that one will be John Schriffen, Rocky Boyman, and Dawn Davenport. And Tulane opening up as a 6.5-point favorite. So in one of the best under-the-radar matchups of week 1, top Sunbelt contender South Alabama travels to reigning AAC champ Tulane. The major question mark in this contest is how Tulane's defense looks with a handful of new starters and a new coordinator. Quarterback Michael Pratt should lead the Green Wave past South Alabama, but expecting a tight finish is reasonable. Tulane pulls it out 24-20. Tulane over South Alabama, MF, in what I consider the sleeper game of the week right here.
Agreed. I do believe Tulane should get the job done here. South Alabama is going to give them fits, but I just feel like Tulane is just going to figure it out and they'll get the big win. So let's get into the Sunday slate.
How often do we say that on college football?
I know. Tell me about it. But remember, there's no NFL, so they could get away with this. This 1 week, you can get away with it. So,
indeed. 2 games. 2 games on Sunday. And how about this? How about a Sunday afternoon college football game on CBS? How about that? And we start at 3:30 on Sunday afternoon, as it will be the number. And what is this? A road opener? Wow.
Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah.
A road opener, a roadie. The number 18 Oregon State Beavers. And they're going to be on the road against the Spartans of San Jose State, CEFCU Stadium. And this game will be over on CBS. And on the call for that one, it will be Chris Lewis, Ross Tucker, and Justin Walters. They will be on the call for that. And the spread favors Oregon State by 16 and a half. 16 and a half for Oregon State. So MF, Oregon State, San Jose State, Sunday afternoon on CBS. How about it?
Yeah, no, I think it will be Oregon State. I think they're going to get the job done. It's going to be an interesting matchup, but I just feel like Oregon State's just going to have too many weapons. I think they should be able to dominate early, and I think they will. Early and often, and they'll win this game, and Oregon State should win this going away. So, Anthony, it's yours.
Definitely. Just got to find it here. Okay. Despite losing 56-28 to USC, San Jose State showed the danger of its offense. Oregon State, which is set to unveil Clemson transfer DJ Uiagalelei at quarterback, should also be able to score consistently. But San Jose State may stick around longer than is comfortable for Oregon State fans. Oregon State wins 38-24. And now, MF, are you ready for the game of the week?
Ooh.
We're gonna have some fun
right out of the gate, and we got to sell up how this is some powerhouses here.
Now, is this game at Florida State or is this another special attraction stadium?
I believe this is I think this is at Doak Campbell Stadium. Let me see. I want to say
because it doesn't say the stadium on my end.
I don't have anything here. Hold on. I thought I heard that it was supposed to be Doak Campbell Stadium, but let me see. But I don't have anything either. I'm gonna look. Just give me a second.
Yep. Let's see here.
There we go. Here.
Oh, Camping World Stadium, Orlando. Because this is known as the Camping World Kickoff. So, according to this one, this is going to be at the Citrus Bowl in Orlando. So, that's what I have here. So, I found an MF mystery solved. The game of the week, Sunday night. 7:30 p.m. on ABC, the number 5 LSU Tigers squaring off against the number 8 Florida State Seminoles. In a game of this magnitude, it's only fitting that we have the A team: Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Ollie Rowe. LSU opening up as a 2.5-point favorite. So let's not waste any more time here. Dive on in. For good reason. LSU and Florida State commanded a whole lot of positive attention this offseason. Both teams, in short, returned veteran quarterbacks on experienced offenses with transfer-infused defenses. Last season's showdown ended with Florida State winning on a blocked extra point in the Superdome, but LSU will have its revenge behind a disruptive defensive effort. Game of the week, LSU steals one in the Citrus Bowl. I say they eke it out. 27-23 LSU over Florida State. MF, nothing more to say. Game of the week, LSU, Florida State, Citrus Bowl, Orlando.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it will be LSU winning. I think it's going to be, like you said, it's going to be an interesting matchup to say the very least, but I do believe that they'll get the job done. So, yeah, I'm a total agreement here, and, yeah, it's yours. So, LSU wins.
Final game of the week, Labor Day, Monday night, as it will feature the number 9 Clemson Tigers squaring off against the Duke Blue Devils. Brooks Field, at Wallace Wade Stadium. And you can find this game over on ESPN Monday night, Labor Day. Dave Patch, Dusty Dvoracek, and Tom Luginbill, 8 p.m. Monday night. And Clemson. Clemson is opening up. I believe I see 13 as the magic number here. So
Yep, 13 it is.
Excuse me. Yep. Yes, indeed. Yep, it is confirmed. 13-point spread for Clemson over the Dukies in football, that is. So MF, Clemson, Duke, Labor Day, Monday night to close out week 1.
Yeah, and the thing is, Duke is actually a pretty good college football team. Not great. They're not as good as their college basketball team. I think college basketball team, I think we all can agree, is really powerful. But their college football, not good, but not bad either. They're kind of like in the middle. They're okay. But I do believe that once it's all said and done, I do believe that Clemson should win this game, and they'll win this one going away. So Clemson wins. Nothing more to say. Anthony, it's yours.
All right, one moment. Okay. All right, that's set up. Okay. Final game of the week. Labor Day, Monday night. Whoop, went the wrong way. Okay. All right, there we go. How much should we believe in Duke after a 9-win season? The schedule looks much, much tougher in 2023. Although the offense is almost entirely intact, while the reigning ACC champs are the obvious lean, Duke is a fascinating team and has home field advantage. I could see them giving Clemson fits throughout this game, but I think Clemson ultimately pulls away and wins it. 38-23, Clemson over Duke. So there isn't much more to say except that will put the bow on this season premiere of TXN Sports World College Football Thursday. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in, as always. And I'll set up the slate for next week in just a moment. But let's run down the future content here. We will be back with you tomorrow night, 10:30 over on MF's channel, Brace Fan 95. Special edition of Talking Wrestling TXN, as we will be reviewing Friday Night SmackDown and previewing the WWE Payback pay-per-view. And then Saturday night, 10:30, we do it all again. Another special edition of Talking Wrestling TXN, as we will have our review of AEW Collision. Well, our review of the WWE Payback pay-per-view, AEW Collision, and the preview of AEW All Out. And then from there, Monday night, Ridiculously Raw. In place of the Tony's Take, we will have our review of AEW All Out and Monday Night Raw. Although time permitting, there is a special event on Impact Plus that I want to do a quick rundown of the card on, Victory Road. So that'll be on Monday night. And then Wednesday night, of course, Wednesday Night Madness, MF has it, NXT and AEW Dynamite as always. And then next week, week 2 of TXN Sports World College Football Thursday. MF, are you ready for some appetizing matchups? Listen to what we got on the card next week. On the docket, just to name a few. How about Notre Dame and NC State? That's on there. We talked about Texas A&M against Miami. How about Utah against Baylor? Ole Miss against Tulane. And, of course, the big one. The game of the week next week, Texas. It's Texas and Alabama. Just to name a few of the big games that we're going to get into next week. So that'll be next Thursday, week 2 edition of College Football Thursday. And then the next night, Friday night, September the 8th, the season premiere of TXN Sports World NFL Friday. Busy season's here, friends, and we cannot wait, and we're here for it. So that's it. So until tomorrow night, for the special edition of Talking Wrestling TXN over on the MF's channel, Brace Fan 95, special Cerebral Smack Talk, if you will. Anthony Florio here for good old MF Michael Fletcher, and in spirit, Michael Bullock, and always and forever the First Lady Dee Dee Woodson. Yield the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah, throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed Friday, and until tomorrow night, for the special edition of Cerebral Smack Talk, you've been watching the season premiere of TXN Sports World College Football Thursday right here on the Zone 25 on YouTube and StreamYard.com. For everybody who's been a part of this one, for now, Anthony Florio. So long. Bye, everybody. Bye.